Hey everyone, welcome back. I recently found this really cool article and thought we could do a deep dive into it.
Oh, yeah. What's the article?
It's called, get this, Four Types of Experiences to Seek in 2025.
Hmm. Four types of experiences to seek in 2025.
Yeah, it's from Psychology Today.
Interesting, sounds like.
And it just keep me thinking,
Yeah.
what if we could really design our year, you know, for maximum growth and stuff?
Oh, I like that.
Instead of just making the same old resolutions, what if
Yeah.
we actually focused on
Yeah.
specific types of experiences that
Hmm.
could lead to,
Yeah.
real transformation?
I love it. So, are we talking like big trips or something?
Well, it could be. The article mentions things like solo travel,
Yeah.
running a marathon, even attending a spiritual retreat.
Okay.
But it's really more about the underlying kind of experience, not just the
Okay.
activity.
Gosh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, makes sense.
Oh, and the author is Nicole Whiting. She's a coach. And get this, a PhD student in developmental coaching.
Developmental coaching. That's a new one. What's that all about?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Before we dive into the four types of experiences,
Hmm.
what exactly is developmental coaching?
Right.
I mean, maybe some folks listening haven't heard that term before.
Yeah, good point. So basically, it's this idea that challenges and
Hmm.
experiences we have,
Yeah.
they're actually opportunities for growth,
Okay.
you know?
Intrigued.
So it's about helping people figure out what they want,
Hmm.
recognize what they're already good at,
Right.
and then make a plan to go after those experiences that'll help them,
Yeah.
grow and change.
So it's not about fixing problems.
Right,
It's
exactly.
about
Yeah.
using experiences to actually
Yeah.
grow and change.
Totally. And this article, it really dives into the specific types of experiences that can be most impactful.
Okay, I'm ready.
The first one it talks about is memorable experiences.
Memorable
Dang,
experiences.
those moments that really stick with us, long after they're over.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
That reminds me of this whitewater rafting trip I took a few years ago.
Oh, fun.
I mean, I barely remember
Yeah.
hours of paddling.
Yeah.
But there was this moment.
Yeah.
We went over this massive, rapid,
No.
pure adrenaline.
I bet.
And then the feeling when we finally reached calm water,
Oh, yeah.
those parts are still so vivid for me.
That's a perfect example of what the article calls the
Yeah, peak end.
peak end rule. Okay.
Clear
It's
rule.
this idea that, we tend to remember the most intense part
Okay.
of an experience and then how it ends
Right.
more vividly than the whole thing.
That's so true.
Yeah.
But isn't that also true for negative experiences too?
Oh, that's a great point.
So how do we make sure we're
Yeah.
focusing on remembering the good stuff?
Right. The peak moments we want to remember.
Exactly.
That's where, intentionality comes in
Okay.
by, actively looking for experiences that could have those positive emotional peaks.
That's
Whether it's the awe of seeing an amazing view or the joy of connecting with people or
Yeah.
the satisfaction of actually achieving a goal,
Yeah.
right? We can create more of those memories that fuel our happiness.
So it's not just about accidentally having a memorable experience.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
actively trying to make them happen.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
And the article, it emphasizes a few key elements that make
Mhm.
those memories last.
Okay, like what?
So strong emotions,
Mm-hmm.
novelty,
Novelty.
and then social connection.
Okay, let's break those down a little.
Sure.
Strong emotions, I get that.
Yeah.
But what about novelty?
So novelty, it's all about trying new things,
Okay.
stepping outside of your routine
Yeah.
and experiencing something, unexpected.
So instead of going to the same restaurant
Right.
every Friday night,
Exactly.
you go try that new Vietnamese place everyone's talking about.
Perfect example. Or maybe you take a different route to work one day.
Okay.
Sign up for a dance class or even just cook something you've never made before,
Yeah.
Shake things up a bit.
Introduce some surprise.
Exactly.
Cool, cool.
And then for social connection,
Right. What about
it's not just about
Yeah.
doing things with other people.
Yeah.
It's more about creating these shared experiences that, strengthen your bonds.
Okay.
So whether it's traveling with friends, volunteering together,
Right.
or even just having a really great conversation over coffee,
Yeah.
those moments of connection create memories that are enriched by having other people there.
Oh, I totally agree. Some of my favorite memories are those times with people I love, whether we're like
Yeah.
laughing hysterically
Yeah.
or just feeling that sense of like
Belonging.
belonging.
Yeah, it's powerful. And you know what? Those shared memories, they don't just become part of our own personal story.
Yeah,
They also strengthen those connections with others,
that's true.
create a sense of
I
community.
like that. So memorable experiences, it's about seeking out those emotional peaks, trying new things, and creating those shared moments with others. Sounds like a pretty awesome recipe for a year.
It is, but hold on,
Right.
because the article doesn't stop there.
Oh, there's more.
There's more. It goes on to explore these like deeper levels of experiences,
Seabird.
deeper ones that can actually change how we see ourselves in the world.
Oh, okay. What are those?
They're called transformative experiences.
Transformative experiences.
And they often involve what Whiting calls
Yeah.
disorienting dilemmas.
Disorienting dilemmas. Okay, that sounds kind of intense.
They can be.
Okay.
Basically,
Yeah.
these are challenges or situations that
Hmm.
shake up what we believe, Okay.
And force us to like
Yeah.
reevaluate our assumptions.
So like being thrown out of your comfort zone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And having to adapt.
Like maybe losing your job and having to,
Yes.
figure out a whole new path.
Yeah, exactly. Or like
Yeah.
facing a health crisis and having to rethink your priorities.
Bro, yeah. Big stuff.
Right. And it's in those moments of
Mhm.
disruption
Yeah.
that we actually have the chance to grow.
Interesting.
But it's not just about the challenge itself.
It's not.
No, it's also about what comes after
Okay.
the reflection.
So it's not just going through something difficult. It's about what you learn from it.
Exactly. Whiting really emphasizes taking the time to process what we learned, to understand how it changes our perspective,
Yeah.
and then how we can actually apply those insights.
It makes me think about, solo travel. The article actually highlights that as a potentially transformative experience
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
because, like, navigating a new place all alone, it can be scary,
Totally.
but it forces you to rely on yourself,
Right.
to face your fears and connect with people, in a whole different way.
But do you think solo travel is always transformative? What if someone just like goes to all-inclusive resorts and doesn't really interact with the local culture?
Oh, you're right. It's not just about the experience itself. It's also about, our mindset going into it,
Yeah.
how we approach it. Even a simple experience can be transformative if we're open
Okay.
and willing to learn and grow.
So it's about being intentional even when we're on vacation.
Absolutely. And that intentionality,
Yeah.
it's key to the next type of experience.
Oh, okay. What is it?
It's called an exceptional experience.
Okay. Exceptional experience. What makes it exceptional?
These are those really extraordinary moments, the ones that become legendary stories,
Okay.
like climbing a mountain or running a marathon.
Yeah. Yeah. Things that push you to your limits.
Exactly. And the article highlights how these challenges can push us physically and mentally,
Totally.
like revealing strength and potential we didn't even know we had.
Wow. That's like touching the infinite or something.
Yeah.
A glimpse beyond the everyday.
And what's fascinating is these exceptional experiences, they often become these big milestones in our life stories, shaping how we see ourselves in the world.
So it's not just about the achievement itself.
Right.
It's about how it changes your perspective.
Exactly. And that power,
Yeah.
it can be so motivating. It can inspire us to keep pushing ourselves, to keep looking for those experiences that help us grow.
I love that. So it's like, what feels impossible to you right now? Have you ever thought about that?
Yeah, actually.
What step could you take towards it in 2025?
That's a good question.
Maybe it's finally writing that book, starting that business,
Yeah.
taking that trip. Remember, even the most, daunting journeys start with a single step.
That's so true. Sometimes we get so caught up in how big a goal is that we forget about those small steps that lead to those amazing outcomes.
This is so inspiring. I can't wait to dive into that final type of experience, the one about making a difference in the world.
I'm excited to explore that too. It's a powerful reminder that our experiences aren't just for us, they're also about contributing to something bigger, to better ourselves.
I love that. So we've talked about memorable experiences, the ones that stick with us.
Right.
And then those transformative ones.
Yeah.
The ones that push us to grow. We even talked about those exceptional ones.
Right. The almost legendary ones.
Exactly. But now let's get into a different kind of experience altogether.
All right, I'm ready.
Impactful experience.
Impactful experiences.
Okay. This is where we shift the focus, I think.
Okay.
From just our personal growth to like making a difference around us.
So it's about realizing that our experiences aren't just for us.
Right.
It's how we can contribute to something bigger. Right.
Exactly.
Whiting talks about 3 key elements here.
Okay, give them to me.
All right, so we've got deep meaning.
Okay, deep meaning, I think I get that.
Yeah.
But how do we actually find experiences that have that,
It often starts with figuring out your core values.
Okay, my core values.
Yeah, like what actually matters to you.
Okay.
What are you passionate about? What are those things in the world that just, make you want to do something?
Yeah.
Once you have a sense of those values, you can start looking for experiences that line up with them.
That makes a lot of sense. So like if I'm super passionate about the environment,
right,
maybe I volunteer for a park cleanup.
Exactly.
Or join like an organization fighting climate change.
Perfect example. And that actually brings us to the second element.
Okay.
That connection to something bigger than ourselves.
Okay. Connection to something bigger.
Impactful experiences, they often involve connecting with a cause or a community.
Yeah.
Even like a global movement.
Right.
That, speaks to your values.
It's about feeling like you're part of something, like important.
Yes, like you're actually contributing.
Yeah.
And that feeling of connection.
Yeah.
It can be so motivating.
Totally.
It can give you a sense of purpose, belonging.
Right.
And it can inspire you to actually take action.
To do something.
Yeah, which is the third element.
Okay, inspiration for action.
So it's not just about feeling good. It's about doing good.
So it's both.
It's both. Because when you act on your values, it creates this positive feedback loop.
Interesting.
You feel good because you're making a difference, and then that makes you want to do more.
Right. It keeps you going.
Exactly.
The article mentions some pretty concrete examples.
Oh, yeah. Like what?
Volunteering for a cause you care about.
Okay.
Mentoring someone.
Right.
Or like doing a community project.
Those are great. And it doesn't have to be something huge or take up tons of time.
True.
Even small acts of kindness can have a ripple effect,
You know what? You're right.
Yeah.
I remember this one time I was having just a horrible day.
Oh, no.
And this complete stranger just smiled at me and said, "Have a great day."
I love that.
It was so simple, but it totally changed my mood.
And that's the power of those little things.
Yeah.
They can inspire others to do the same.
It's like paying it forward.
Exactly.
This is making me think about all the ways we can create impactful experiences.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be this big dramatic thing.
Right.
It could be as simple as being more mindful, more generous with our time, or just, making effort to leave things a little better than we found them.
I love that. And it all ties back to what we talked about earlier, about intentionality.
Yeah.
By choosing to prioritize these impactful experiences, we can create a life that's not just fulfilling for us, but also helps others.
Okay, so we've explored these 4 types of experiences.
Yeah.
Memorable, transformative, exceptional, and impactful. They all seem so different.
Right.
But they're also, connected somehow.
That's a great observation. What connects them is that idea of intentionality.
Intentionality.
It's recognizing that we have the power to shape our lives.
Yeah.
To choose experiences that'll bring us joy, growth, connection, and a sense of purpose.
Instead of just letting life happen to us.
Right, exactly.
We can design it.
Yes.
We can choose those experiences that help us become who we want to be.
Yeah.
And create the world we want to live in.
That's powerful.
So as we kind of wrap up this part of our deep dive, let's take a sec to recap what we learned.
Sounds good.
And how we can use this to make 2025 amazing.
Love it.
Okay, so memorable experiences.
Yes.
Those are about creating moments that stick with us.
Right. Fueled by strong emotions, novelty, and social connection.
So think about engaging your senses.
Okay.
Trying new things.
Yeah.
Sharing those experiences with people you care about.
Okay, and then transformative experiences.
Yeah.
They challenge us to grow, right?
Right.
They often involve pushing ourselves, confronting those limiting beliefs we have.
Yeah.
And integrating new perspectives.
Then there's those exceptional experiences, the once-in-a-lifetime adventures.
Yeah, the ones that push us to our limits.
Yeah, yeah.
And make us feel connected to something bigger.
And, of course, the impactful experiences.
Right.
These are about making a difference in the world,
Mm-hmm.
contributing to something meaningful, aligning our actions with our values.
By choosing the experiences we focus on in 2025, we can make it a year of incredible growth, connection, meaning.
It's about approaching the new year with intention, asking ourselves, what kind of person do I want to be? What kind of legacy do I want to leave?
Yeah.
And then, seeking out those experiences that'll help us get there.
What one experience from any of these categories will you commit to making happen in 2025?
Ooh, that's a great question.
Think about it.
Yeah.
What's that one experience that would just, light you up, challenge you, connect you, or make a real difference in the world?
It doesn't have to be this big, elaborate thing either.
Right.
Sometimes the most impactful experiences are the simple ones.
Absolutely. It could be committing to a daily gratitude practice.
Oh, yeah.
Taking a weekly hike, or joining a local volunteer group.
Right.
The key is to find something that resonates with you.
Yeah.
And take that first step.
This deep dive has really got me thinking about the experiences I want to create.
Yeah.
I'm already feeling inspired to push myself, connect more with my values, and make a positive impact.
That's great.
And remember,
yeah,
it's not about being perfect or checking off a list.
Right.
It's about embracing the journey.
Yeah.
The ups and downs,
That's fair.
the unexpected things that happen.
To make life interesting.
Exactly. Life is an adventure.
It is.
And we get to choose the experiences that shape our story.
So let's make 2025
a
year of growth, meaning, and those unforgettable moments.
Here's to a year of intentional experiences.
Yes, to intentional experiences.
What's really sticking with me is that idea of intentionality.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's so easy to just drift through life,
Totally. Just reacting to whatever comes at you.
Right. But what if we could, be more proactive?
It's like we become the architects of our own experience.
Oh, I like that. Architects.
We choose the materials, the design, the whole feel of the life we're building.
That's such a cool way to think about it. And it makes me realize how often, we get caught up in the have-tos of life.
The daily grind.
Yeah, exactly. The endless to-do list.
Oh, I know.
But this article, it reminds us that we can also choose the want-tos.
We can choose those experiences that bring us joy, that push us to grow, that connect us with others.
Yeah, and that make a positive impact, too.
Exactly. And it doesn't have to be this big, massive thing.
Right, yeah.
It can be as simple as, actually scheduling that weekly hike.
Right.
Blocking out time for that creative project you've been putting off.
Totally. Or reaching out to that friend. The one you haven't seen in ages.
It's about those small conscious choices.
Yeah.
That, over time, build a life that feels right.
This whole conversation has, really shifted something for me.
Oh, yeah. How so?
Instead of waiting for things to happen, we can actually create the life we want.
That's the amazing part. We have way more control than we think.
So as we wrap up our deep dive here,
okay,
what's one thing you're taking away from all of this? Something you'll actually use in your own life in 2025?
Good question. I think for me, it's that reminder that even when life gets busy, we have to make space for those experiences that feed our souls,
I love that. Feed our souls.
Yeah, whether it's a daily meditation, a weekend trip with loved ones, or even just taking a moment to appreciate the beauty around us.
Those small moments.
Oh, small moments.
They make such a difference.
They do.
And for me, it's realizing that I don't have to wait for the perfect time.
Right.
Or the perfect circumstances to start creating these experiences.
Yeah.
I can start right now, today, by choosing to prioritize what really matters.
And that's the best part. The power to create a meaningful life, it's always there.
This has been so inspiring. Thank you so much for, sharing your thoughts and helping us think about all this.
My pleasure, really. It's been a great conversation.
And to everyone listening, remember, life is an adventure, and we get to choose the experiences that shape our story.
So go out there and make 2025 a year of growth, connection, meaning.
Yeah, and don't forget those unforgettable moments.
Cheers to that. Until next time, keep exploring, keep diving deep, and keep seeking those moments that make life extraordinary.
See you next time.